Good morning. This is Mrs. Ross, and these are the cumulative cumulative test review 13 for 13A. Now, we've done, let me see if I can get, why won't it let me? Let's see if it will. Maybe it won't. Okay, there we go. We've done 1 through 4. We did, okay, great. That's divine. We did 4 through 8, and I believe, yep, we did through 12. So in a different video, I'll show you how to access those videos in Teams if you need to go back and watch those. But just a reminder, I am going to be grading the steps and not the actual answer. I mean, you should get the answer if you do the steps, but if you just write the answer down, you will not get credit for it. So let's do the rest of this. So we have find the area of this parallelogram. So we know that the area of a parallelogram, let me turn that off, is base times height. And the base and the height have to make a 90-degree angle. So this is our base, and this is our height. Do not use that. No, So we have 18 times 10, which gives us 180 centimeters squared. So go ahead and write that down. I would suggest all of these markings as well. And let me see if I can change colors. Yeah. Okay. Evaluate A plus B, or A times B. So we know that this is multiply, right? Because there's nothing there. There's no operators there. Plus A plus B. Oh, we have fractions. That's delightful. So I'm actually going to write this over here so I can plug everything in. So A is 1/2. B is 1/4. They are multiplied. Plus 1/2 plus 1/4. So let's go ahead and do this part first. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1/2 plus 1/4. Okay, let me scroll up just a little bit. Probably going to have to erase some of that before I do the next one. So now I need a common denominator because I'm adding. I'm going to change colors here. So, and this is a good common denominator. So I have 1/8 plus, oh, I'm loving this galaxy, but it's not going to work for me. So I need this to be 8 and this to be 8. So this is times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4. This is times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. So now I have 1 plus 4, which is 5, plus 2, which is 7. So my answer is 7/8. For that one, I'm going to go ahead and change colors and see if I can't do 15. There we go. And make sure you write all of that down for 14. All right, 15 is a cross multiply. I like to do the side with the variable first. So we have 20 times W. I bring my equals down, and then I have 8 times 45. So let's go ahead and multiply that 8 times 45. 8 times 45 on the calculator is 360. And then I'm going to divide. I'm trying to get W by itself. So when I divide 20 by 20, I get 1, or just W. And then over here, I'm going to get 18. So please let me know if you have any questions about that. Let me pick a different color. Keep on. All right, 16. So if I want to get C by itself, I have to divide. Right now it's being multiplied. So I'm going to divide by 2.5 on both sides. And of course, you can use your calculator. 2.5 over 2.5 gives me 1. My equals comes down. And here, what I'm actually doing is 2.5 into this. So be very careful, because I think sometimes this confuses you guys as to what to put in your calculator. Calculator doesn't help if you don't know what order to put it in, right? And I get 0.05. Okay, so write all of that down, please. And we choose another color. All right, so 17 is one of our symbols of inclusion problems. So we have to start here. So 7 minus 2 is 5, and everything else stays the same. Some of you are going to try and do multiple steps, and sometimes that's going to work, and sometimes it's not going to work. So here we have 2 times 5, which is 10. Everything else stays the same. And here I have 3 times 10, which is 30. So my answer is going to be 70 here. Go ahead and write all of that down. I'm going to continue here. Remember, you can always pause. Ooh, what's that? Is that pencil? Let's see what that does. 18. Ooh, gross. We have fractions. Okay, I may need a little bit more room on this one. Okay. So I have 2. Don't like it already. Immediately no. Immediately no. Let's see. No. Don't like it. Sorry, guys. I'll get it figured out here in a minute. So I have 2 and 1/6 because I have to do this first. Minus 1 and 1/3. I need a common denominator. I'm going to choose 6 for that. So minus 1, and if this is 6, I've multiplied by 2. Then I have another problem. So let me change colors here. So I have to borrow 1. When I borrow 1, I'm going to add 1 in the form of 6 over 6. So this is 1, and 1 plus 6 is 7. Minus, nothing happens here. So now I'm doing 7 minus 2 is 5/6, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So I know that this is, I don't know what's happening to my voice, but okay. So I have 5/6 here plus 4 and 1/4. All right, so I kind of like to do this vertically. So let me, 4 and 1/4 plus 5/6. So I need a common denominator. I'm going to choose 12. So this is times 3, so that's 3. Plus, this is 12, so this is times 2, so that's 10. When I'm doing addition, it doesn't matter if the bottom number is, or if the bottom fraction is larger than the top one, because I'm just adding. So 3 plus 10 is 13 over 12, and then 4 plus 0 is 4. So now I have to fix this. 12 goes into 13 one time with 1/12 left over, and I have to add this back. So let me change colors. This has to add back to that. So my answer is 5 and 1/12. It's a lot of steps. It's not necessarily difficult, but if you miss one of these steps, if one of these gets messed up, then the whole thing, and it just kind of house of cards, which is really frustrating when you're doing these. But go ahead and write all of that down. Let me pick a different color. So here I'm dividing. So I have 4 divided by, or 4 over 1, because we can write that as a fraction, divided by, and I'm going to popcorn this. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So I have 3 over 2. So I keep change flip, and I get 4 over 1. I change the divide to multiply. I flip the 3 over 2 to 2/3, and I get 8 over 3. I'm not going to reduce this because I have to multiply it by this number. So I'm going to wait and reduce it at the end. Okay, let me pick a different color. Ooh, blue. Okay, so now I have 5 and 1/4 times 8/3, right? Because this is this. So I need to popcorn this. So I have 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21 over 4, times 8 over 3. You can reduce this beforehand, but I'm not going to because that freaks some of you out. So this ends up being 168 if I multiply 21 times 8 over 12. And if I divide that, I don't think it's going to go in. Oh, it did. Never they mind. So you'll divide 12 into 168, and you get 14, and that is your answer. Okay, last one. I don't think we had anybody get this wrong on the last test, so you guys know what you're doing. So this is literally 0.5 times 0.1 times 1.2 in your calculator. 0.5 times 0.1 times 1.2. And I get 0.06. And that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know.